Well, friends, good evening once again. So we'll
Good
continue
evening,
our
sir.
discussion. Yeah, thank you. We'll
Sir.
be continuing our discussion on appointment of directors of a company. Right? Various kinds of directors we have already seen. And regarding this appointment, some issues we had already discussed. We'll continue our discussion. Well, I'm going to share with you the screen for that.
Yes.
I think screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Screen is visible, sir.
Okay, good. So, okay, we are still in the second unit, right? Appointment of the directors. This is a little bit larger area, so we have to cover that thing. Yeah. So, a few participants are still joining. Let me admit them. Well, let us start.
Big company, small company, independent directors.
Okay. So, in the previous class, we were discussing about independent directors, how they can be appointed, and which situation it is required to appoint independent directors, right? So, we've seen there is a category of company, you can say a group of company where appointment of independent directors are necessary in their board of directors. First is that listed company. I think most of you must be knowing what is a listed company. If company is a listed company, then it is a requirement, it is a mandatory uh, thing that independent director has to be there in the board of directors, right? So exact section, the wordings of the section says that every listed company shall have at least 1/3 of the total number of directors as independent directors. So we have to see what is the size of the board. 1/3 of that should be independent director. Now, can you tell me what is the meaning of listed company? What is a listed company, and which company can be treated as a listed company?
Sir, listed company is that company which share is available on BSE or NSE for the public.
Yeah, any recognized stock exchange. In any recognized stock exchange, if it is available, not necessarily only BSE and NSE. It can be any recognized stock exchange where it is listed. Okay, there is a list of recognized stock exchanges.
Okay,
if you go to SEBI website, you can find out the list of recognized stock exchanges. That list varies from time to time, but appropriate place where you can get the information is SEBI website. Okay, so if equities or any other securities are listed in any of these stock exchanges, once it is listed in a stock exchange means it is tradable. It can be freely traded, right? So those companies can be called as the listed company. So if that is so, if it is a listed company, then how many directors? At least 1/3. We have to see what is the composition of the director. 1/3 or more number of directors should be independent directors. Okay, if 1/3 somehow becomes a fractional number, then what we will do?
The independent directors.
Independent director. Let us say 1/3 is a fraction number.
1/3, then the rounding, sir. So
Yeah,
if it
the
is
fraction will be rounded
more
up.
than
The fraction will be rounded up. How that will be rounded up, we'll see it. With the help of some example, we'll see it. But right
the
now,
nearest decimal.
yeah.
To the nearest decimal.
No, what the law exactly says, it says, you read it, this particular sentence,
Okay, sir.
any fraction,
Okay.
any fraction contained in such 1/3 number shall be rounded off as 1. Are you getting?
Okay. Okay.
So if
Lead
it
to
is rounded
higher
up to
number.
the lowest number, what
Go
will
to
happen?
next higher number.
Yes, that is the interpretation of the law. Why it is so? It says at least 1/3. So if I am rounding up to the lowest number, then it cannot be at least 1/3. It can be more than that, 1/3 or more than that. Okay. So if there is some fraction
Okay.
that has to be rounded up to the higher number. Okay. That is how law needs to be interpreted. Understood?
Understand.
Okay. Okay. Now, Next is that apart from next category of companies, in fact, there are two kinds of companies. One is listed company. Second is other public company. Okay, you know, companies can be of broadly, we can say one is public company, other is private company. Private companies are exempted from application of this independent directors requirement. Now coming to public company, if the public company is a listed company, then 1/3 number of directors should be uh, our independent directors, right? But if it is other than public company, it is any other kind of public company, that means other than listed company, then what is the required number of numbers? The required number of independent directors, at least 2 directors. Okay, the requirement of the law or the wordings of the law is that the central government is empowered to prescribe certain number of independent directors. Okay, that means central government has got a right to prescribe a minimum number of directors to be appointed as independent director for the public company other than a listed company. Okay, and central government has come up with a rule, that is rule 4 of companies appointment and qualification of directors rule, as per which at least 2 directors shall be appointed as independent directors. That means for other companies, non-listed companies who are public companies, then how many directors needs to be independent director? How many directors?
Two, sir, 2 directors.
Not 2, but at least 2. 2 or more. Okay, at least 2. Right. Now, this particular
What
thing,
is the maximum?
what is the meaning of? Yeah, please repeat your question.
What is the maximum?
He's asking what is the maximum number?
Oh, maximum number.
Minimum there are 2.
Minimum there are 2, at least 2 numbers should be.
Yes, at least.
Law has not prescribed the maximum limit. If you want, you can keep the entire board as an independent director. There is no restriction as such.
Okay.
Okay, so if you are asking what is the maximum limit, I will say law has not prescribed that. But considering all other provisions, the entire board can be consisting of independent directors. Okay,
Okay.
there is a possibility. But
Yes.
later on, we will be seeing that what is the meaning. When you will see the what is the exact meaning of independent director, you can understand that nominee directors or full-time directors or this thing, managing directors, they cannot be called as independent. Okay, but there is no maximum limit. There can be any number, right? So let us move. Now, this particular for other public companies, this requirement is for a particular class of company. This is not applicable for all public companies. This is applicable for a particular class of company. Which are this class of company? This is the company who have, or you can say, these are the conditions. If these conditions are met, then those company has to appoint independent directors minimum 2. What are these conditions? You can read it one by one. Can you read the first condition?
All such public companies which have paid up share capital of rupees 10 crore rupees or more.
Okay, that means you see, if you can see the balance sheet of any public company, in the balance sheet you can find one item, equity shares, share capital. Okay, you can go to the appropriate note of the share capital, you can find out what is the paid up capital. If you find it is exceeding 10 crore, then you see their composition. Definitely there will be at least 2 independent directors. Any company you can check it. Okay, right? You can find it. Second condition is that again public company. So most of you are working. You can check with your company whether these criteria are met or these conditions are met or not. Second condition is that public company which have turnover of 100 crores or more. Most of the public companies have turnover exceeding 100 crores. If that is so, then also this condition applies, or this requirement applies. Requirement of appointing independent directors, minimum 2 numbers is applicable to them. Right? If they're listed, then 1/3. But if they're not listed, then at least 2 directors should be independent directors if the turnover exceeds 100. Even if these two conditions are not met, third condition is applicable, or you can say most of the companies have this condition. What is this? That aggregate of outstanding loan is exceeding 50 crores. So you can check the balance sheet, you can find most of the companies have outstanding loan exceeding 50 crores. And if any of these conditions are met, then there is a requirement you have to appoint independent director, minimum. Okay, did you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you getting me? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Certain class of companies are excluded or exempted from this thing. One is joint venture company. Two companies are joining together and form a third company as a joint venture. Or wholly owned subsidiary. One company is there, and there is a subsidiary company which is wholly owned by a holding company. In that case, also independent directors requirement is not applicable for that subsidiary company. Or a dormant company, a company who is not doing any kind of business, there is no operation, it is dormant. In that case, also independent directors requirement is not applicable to them. So one is JV, second is wholly owned subsidiary, third one is dormant company. Except these companies, independent directors, if those three conditions are applicable, then independent directors needs to be appointed for all non-listed public companies. Okay. Let us summarize what we have learned so far. Just have a look at this chart.
Here,
Yes, please.
sir.
Yeah. Please ask your
Sir,
question.
here the previous slide, if it is means the owner is one person, I think so. Wholly, then how it become public company? Wholly subsidiary means it belongs to one person or a group of persons. Then it will be a private company.
No, I
Be a
couldn't
public
understand.
company.
Please,
When it is unlisted.
there was a voice breakage. So please
Sir,
repeat your
previous
question.
slide, sir.
Yeah, only one subsidiary. Yeah.
Sir, previous slide.
Yes, okay. Only one
Wholly
subsidiary.
owned subsidiary.
Yeah.
So may not be a public.
Still, voice is breaking. Can
Sir,
anyone?
I'm asking, wholly owned subsidiary is not a public company.
Wholly owned subsidiary. You are asking subsidiary is not a public company. It can be a public company. Subsidiary can be a public company. Your question is that if it is wholly owned, then there should be only one shareholder. Is it your question?
Okay.
There is only one shareholder, and with one shareholder, it is not possible to form a public company. Is it your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If that is so, you see, when you say wholly owned company, what is included is that shares hold in their own name, okay, or through their representatives. That means or through their nominees. Okay. That is how shares are held. Wholly owned not necessary is that entire share has to be held by one person, but beneficial ownership is with one person.
Okay.
Are you getting? Okay. It's good that you have. This is in fact a genuine doubt. Most of the cases we say that you see, we can say this is a wholly owned government company. That means Government of India holds the entire share.
Okay.
Is it not? But now question comes, how is that possible? Then it is a one-person company. Answer is no. When I say Government of India holds entire share, what Government of India does, Government of India holds in different names. Okay. And all of them are the nominee of Government of India.
Okay.
Are you getting?
Yes, sir. Getting, sir.
Okay. Maybe Government of India, you see, Government of India, most of the shares are held normally by President of India. Okay. Maybe in the name of President of India, maybe in the name of Vice President of India, maybe in some kind of state governor, in the name of some state government, or in the name of some companies. It can be held by several persons. But effectively, it is a wholly owned subsidiary company. Because all of them are holding these shares as the representative of Government of India. Similarly, company can keep a wholly owned subsidiary company. Now again, question comes: the wholly owned subsidiary, how it is possible? Minimum, I need 2 persons. Is it not?
Sir.
Even if it is a private company,
Yes,
I need
sir.
2 persons. It is a public company, I need 7 persons. Then how it is possible? What I will be doing, I will be holding, let us say total there are 100 shares. I need 7 persons. Okay. What I will be doing, I will be holding 93 shares. Right. Remaining
Sir.
shares, I will be giving it to another, let us say 94 shares I will be holding. Remaining shares, 1 month shares, I will be giving to my nominees. Each holding 1 share. So total 100 shares will be there.
Okay.
Okay. Understood.
Okay, sir.
So your doubt is genuine,
Understood.
valid doubt. That is how shares are held. Okay.
Thank you.
Now let us summarize the provisions
Okay.
what we have learned so far. So independent
Sir, can I
directors,
request my friends to
yeah,
switch off? Sir, can I request my friends to mute their videos because their internet bandwidth is low?
yeah.
Whose
Yeah,
videos
because
are
of
on?
uh,
Yeah, could you please mute your videos, friends?
संजीव कुमार होता है.
yeah, you can mute your video. If not required, you can mute your audio also. But when required, please unmute it and speak out.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
No issue. That was the requirement. Otherwise, what will happen? You will be seeing your system. You will find it will be buffering. Buffering will.
Yeah,
Things will
voice
be,
is cracking, sir. That's
yeah,
why.
voice is
Your
cracking.
voice is cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll summarize that provision now. So if independent directors needs to be appointment, if that is the requirement, then we have to see. We can classify all the companies in 2 categories. If it is a listed or public company, then at least 1/3 of the board should constitute of independent director. For other companies, other public companies, other public companies means except listed company. Conditions are there if the paid up share capital is more than 10 crore or turnover is more than equal to 100 crore or aggregate outstanding loan, debentures, deposits, etc. Any kind of borrowing is more than equal to 50 crores. Then we need to appoint at least 2 independent directors in the board. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, some of you can unmute your speaker and speak. Sometimes what happens, some companies there is a requirement to appoint audit committee, and there is a requirement in the audit committee also there should be certain number of independent directors. If that is the requirement, then company might have to keep additional independent directors, right? In addition to these 2 directors, or in addition to 1/3 directors which is required for listed company. So in order to meet the requirement of audit committee, higher number of independent directors can be appointed. That is also another provision. Okay, just keep this thing in the mind. That is the minimum requirement, but additionally, more independent directors can be appointed. Right now, we'll come to this area. Who can be called as the independent director? Independent director means a director other than MD, other than MD, other than WTD, other than nominee director. Okay, so we cannot call managing director as independent director. We cannot call a whole-time director independent director or a nominee director as independent director. These are excluded. But mind you, it is not necessary that company should have a managing director, whole-time director, nominee director. A company can run just keeping directors. Everybody is a director. There is no managing director. There is no whole-time director. There is no nominee director. Okay, all are directors. Most of the company runs like this. Many companies you can find where there is no designation that somebody is a managing director. All are directors. Okay. So independent directors means other than managing director, other than whole-time director, and other than nominee director, and who fulfills certain criteria. Okay. If these criteria are fulfilled, they can be called as independent director. Okay. Let us see this criteria one by one. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The first condition is that. So one point you have understood, independent directors are not managing director or whole-time director or nominee director. First condition is that who, in the opinion of the board, is a person of integrity and possesses relevant expertise and experience. So these things are necessary. He is a person of integrity and he must be having the necessary expertise and experience. Okay, these things should have. How it should have? It should be in the opinion of the board. So board must pass a resolution or somehow confirm that these qualities are there. Okay, if this is not there, then he is not an independent director.
Okay, sir.
Second condition, who is or was not a promoter of the company. Promoters cannot become the independent director, or its holding company or subsidiary company or associate company. That means promoters of the same company cannot be the independent director, nor the promoters of the holding company or subsidiary company or associate company can be independent director. So any promoter in that group, that means company itself or in holding company, subsidiary company or associate company, cannot become an independent director of the company. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, one more condition. Who is not related to the promoters? First of all, promoters cannot become directors. Then relatives of the promoters also cannot become directors. Who is not related to promoters or directors of the company or its holding company or subsidiary company or associate company. That means promoters or directors of this group of companies cannot become independent director, and the relatives also cannot become independent director. Okay, because law believes if they will be appointed, they will not be independent. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll move further. Further conditions are also there. Next is, this is an important condition. Who has or had no pecuniary relationship other than certain things. That means he doesn't have any kind of financial transaction with the company. Right? Other than, first of all, remuneration. A director will be receiving remuneration, that is fine. But other than remuneration, there is no financial transaction with the company. Or even if it is having some kind of financial transaction, but the amount is not exceeding 10% of his total income. Suppose that person is supplying some material to the company, then that's a financial transaction. But this value of this transaction should not exceed 10% of the total income of that person. Understood? Suppose someone is saying my income is 10 lakh rupees. So if his transaction with the company exceeds 1 lakh rupees, then he cannot be the independent director. But if there is some small transaction below 1 lakh rupees, he can still be the independent director. Right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or such other sum as may be prescribed. So government may prescribe such other sum. There is a provision in the law. Okay. And this thing has to be checked. Okay. The person should not have any kind of pecuniary relationship other than remuneration, transaction not exceeding 10% of his income, or such amount as may be prescribed. And this aspect you have to keep in the mind during 2 immediately preceding financial years or during current financial years. That means during 3 financial years, including current year. Current year, this kind of transaction should not be there. And previous year also, there should not be some transaction like this. And prior to 1 year prior to that previous year also, there should not be any transaction like this.
Okay.
Okay. So 3 years you have to
Yes,
see
sir.
if there is any kind of financial transaction, this kind of pecuniary relationship, then that person cannot be appointed as the director, independent director. He can be appointed as a director, but he cannot be appointed as an independent director. Okay. While appointing directors in the board, we have to keep all these things in mind.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Fine. Acha. Now there is a clarification issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. One thing is that these conditions, I already told you that these conditions has to be complied with. But one more thing, Ministry of Corporate Affairs has clarified. If somebody is doing a transaction in the ordinary course of business at arm's length price means normal price at which products and services are provided to the normal customers. If there is a transaction at arm's length price, suppose that independent director is purchasing something from the market. Let us say the company is producing one particular machine, and this independent director has purchased that machine for himself at arm's length price. That means price at which it is sold to any other customer. This director also has purchased it at the same price. then it will not be considered as a pecuniary interest. Or there is no, it will be considered that there is no pecuniary relationship in this kind of transaction. Are you getting this point? Or should I elaborate?
What is MCA?
Yes, sir.
What is
Okay, first of all, we have understood there should not be any pecuniary relationship. Right? That means there should not be any financial transaction. Okay, but let us say you, some of you got an offer to get an appointment as independent director of a company. Suppose आपको मिला कि आपको चलो मारुति उद्योग लिमिटेड का आप बन जाओगे इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर. ओके, ठीक है, चलो आपने एक मारुति का गाड़ी खरीदे, right? Then it is a financial transaction, is it not? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then normally you will say, you see, there is a pecuniary relationship. But the law says no. You have purchased a Maruti vehicle, but you have purchased it at arm's length price. That means at a normal price, which is applicable to any other customer, you have purchased it. You have not taken any extra benefit. Therefore, even if there is a financial transaction, it will not be considered as a pecuniary relationship between the proposed director and the company. Are you getting?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so there should not be any financial transaction, excluding remuneration, excluding 10% of the income, and excluding any transaction which is done at arm's length. Okay. This is the
Sir, what is the full form of MCA?
Ministry of
Corporate Affairs.
Okay, they have
Ministry
issued a
Corporation
circular.
website.
They have issued a circular. Accordingly, they have clarified this thing. They have clarified.
Affairs, Ministry of Corporate Affairs.
Ministry of Corporate Affairs.
Corporate Affairs.
Corporate Affairs. Okay, we'll see that some other day. I'll be showing their website also. Okay, MCA. Now, next concept we will be covering that last class also I have telling us how independent directors will be selected for appointment. Right, manner of selection of independent directors for appointment. First of all, this section 150 deals with that. This particular section says that a database of independent directors shall be maintained. Independent directors will be selected from a data bank. Okay. So a data bank from a data bank, and a data bank should contain the names, addresses, the qualifications of the persons who are eligible. And from that data bank, company will select that who can be appointed as director. Normal director, anybody can be appointed. But if you want to appoint somebody as independent director, now requirement is that, current requirement is that you have to select that person from the data bank. Okay. Who will maintain the data bank? That data bank will be maintained by the body, institute or association as may be notified by the central government. So central government will nominate one institution. Central government has already nominated. I will be showing you that. We are talking about that in your previous class. So central government has already nominated an institute, or in fact central government has formed an institute. It has established an institute which will maintain the data bank of directors who are eligible to be appointed as independent directors. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And this particular rule, Rule 6.1, says the body, institute or association which is authorized by central government shall create and maintain a data bank of willing and eligible persons who can be appointed as independent director. And such data bank shall be placed on the website of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Right, the data bank shall be linked to the website of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs so that any company can select, can see that who are the people who are eligible to be appointed as independent directors, and accordingly company may propose and appoint them. Okay? Right.
Yes, sir.
Right, sir.
And this database should contain all this information. You can read this information one by one. Didn't you know? Director's identification number should be there. name
Yes,
and
sir.
surname of the person, father's name, date of birth, gender, nationality, occupation, address with PIN code, phone number, mail ID, educational and professional qualification, experience, expertise, legal proceeding initiated or legal proceeding pending against such person. So these things should be disclosed in that database and companies will select. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Remaining time 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, 5 minutes will be winding up before that. Right? Understood?
But again, we need to connect.
No need. We'll catch up in some other day.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So this is the detail which has to be specified in the database. Now this is the institute I am talking about. You see, Indian Institute
sir.
of Corporate Affairs. Are you seeing it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And in this institute maintains the data bank. You see, are you an independent director or aspire to be one? If any of you are interested, then you can click here. You can get yourself empaneled. Step-by-step process are there, but you have to write an examination and pass an examination. Right? Understood? So empanel is possible. So this particular institute will maintain the independent directors data bank. Okay. So if you apply, if you are aspiring to become an independent director, then I will suggest, then please apply it, get yourself empaneled, and you will write an examination, easy examination. You have to do a little bit of preparation. It's not very difficult, and you will be getting a certificate like this. Yesterday you were talking about.
Yes, sir.
You are having that certificate or not. So I had committed that I will be showing that certificate. This is that certificate. Okay, it says for independent directors data bank. So once you have passed, your name will
Sir,
be
this
there.
year only, sir.
Yeah, this particular process started only from January onwards. So you are learning the
Okay,
latest
sir.
law in
Congratulations, sir.
and that too from March
congrats,
onwards.
sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Sir,
became.
congratulations,
Congrats,
sir,
for cracking such a
for becoming independent director.
What is the?
national.
Oh,
Sir,
congratulations.
is there any mock test
Yeah, there is a mock
for
test.
the
There is a mock test. You can write that test for 20 minutes.
available?
Mock
Yes.
test is available. You can write it for 20 minutes. After that, real test is 1 hour and 15 minutes. You can write it online basis. Sitting here at your house, you can write the exam, online exam only. The way we are conducting Zoom classes, similar way you can online. You will be under camera and voice control. Audio system will be on, and you can participate in that test. If anybody is interested, I can help you, and you can. It will be 100% you will pass. With
Thank
your
you, sir.
study. With your study. If somebody is interested,
So we seek your support, sir.
yes, sure,
Definitely.
you will qualify. You will qualify. But
Thank
thing
you.
is that the material I will provide, you have to read that. You have to read and write the exam.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. So if some of you are interested, you can definitely do. You can just go visit to the website, understand the process, you can do it.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So all of you
Yes,
who are
repeat, sir.
already there in the senior position must try for this. Yeah. Any query?
Sir, we have been provided with volume 3, sir. Unit 2, volume 3, volume 1, 2, and 3. But
Yeah,
after volume
actually
after
this thing is
volume 2,
both the classes, last class and current class, one combined file will be sent to you today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
The companies are offer you.
yeah, next one more concept we'll be learning. I have told you earlier, if you're appointing independent director, then explanatory statement has to be sent to the members along with the notice, right? And explanatory
Okay,
statement
right.
should clearly indicate that this person fulfills the conditions for appointment of independent directors, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is about appointment of independent directors. So some other issues are still there regarding appointment. We'll be learning it in our next class. Okay, next class, when can we have? Can we have it? I think coming 2 days.
Monday.
So okay, we'll be having it on Monday. I think
Monday.
2 days are occupied. Hi, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Hi, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Good night.
night,
So
sir.
we'll probably will be again catch up. We'll be catching up in on Monday. Monday evening we'll again catch up. Okay. In between
Okay, sir.
also I'll try if some days I can find your time is available, so we can start our class.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Thank you
bye,
very
sir.
much.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.